And we're back.
Yes, we are back for more Metroid goodness. Yeah, goodness.
Woo!
Sure, let's call it goodness. Why not? Anyway, last time we got everything we needed in Orfair. Now we can actually make progress in the plot by going after the bosses. Also, I realize this is a lot louder than I wanted it to be. Let me just turn that down real quick. That should be okay. It's fine, we'll keep going. So, yes. We are back to, well, more Metroid.
So, yeah. Because I realized, though, like, for the last two episodes, well, to be fair, the previous episode, that was not my fault. For, like, how many episodes were going on, but...
Something going on
the first one... Yeah, but definitely the first one, like, we did get sidetracked quite a bit, but then again, there's not really much to talk about here.
I was gonna say, this is the first Metroid. Like, I could go over my whole ranking of the Metroid series if you want, but that's... I at least go over a basic rundown.
I was gonna say, probably, if I had to guess, Super's probably at least in your top 5.
Easily. It's not my number 1, though. Okay. I need to think of how... Alright, well, I may as well go my opinions on how I rank everything. And I'll go over very basic points if I have to, but... Okay. Assuming there are 11 core Metroid games, so I'm not counting Federation Force or Prime Pinball. Yeah, there's the original Metroids 1 through 4, the remakes of the first 2, and then there's the 3 Prime games, and Prime Hunters. Wait, that's 10. Oh! I forgot the 1. 3.5. By the way, you can go down here as soon as you got the Morph Ball Bomb. I wouldn't advise it, but you could. Because we gotta go deep underground where enemy territory is. And you can tell you're going to enemy territory because of this scene by the elevator. Got some evil monster entity. But that's all you gotta deal with. So, welcome to the Brinstar Depths. There was a Smash Brothers stage based off this, although not really. Kind of just a stage of this music and the enemy you find in here.
Yeah.
It's a crime this boss isn't used in more Metroid games.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you're looking for a general opinion of how I look at the Metroid games, this is the worst one. Why am I playing, you may be wondering? Because I'm a monster.
Because you're a masochist.
Yes. Or, the best answer...
Shut up!
Yes, thank you.
It just doesn't feel quite the same.
Yeah, you're right. God damn it, yeah. I guess he's not very supportive.
Yeah.
God damn it. But yep, this is probably the worst Metroid game, and then would come up, well, Metroid 2, obviously. Because, well, also archaic, but, well, a little bit more form and substance than this. The Metroid fights in it are cool, and the bosses actually feel worthwhile. Especially the last one is pretty freaking rough. As you'll soon see, the bosses in this game definitely aren't very substantial.
Right.
So yeah, at least Metroid 2 does better. And then my third least favorite is Other M. Already gone over my spiel enough times about that. Don't need to go over anymore. Let's just say, yeah, the story can go die in a fire. Otherwise, it's not bad. And
what you didn't like hearing the words "the baby" in part of the dialogue for like 40% of the story?
My favorite part was I was running through an area where I was taking heat damage trying to survive lava, and then after I got to the top, oh hey, you can put on this heat protection now. This is a lot of moments that make you hate what the game was trying to do.
Now, this is all I'll say, because if we get into that big one...
Well, yes, the big moment, yes.
That most people had a problem with at first, but honestly, I did not have a problem with it as a concept.
Yes. Yes, the concept of that makes sense.
execution-wise, it could have been better.
It dragged on for way too long, and it just made that, well, it kind of tied into another big problem with that game. It made Samus look like a damsel in distress. That is not his character at all. I guess there can be male damsels in distress, huh?
Yeah. Or as I like to call them, dumbasses in distress.
Oh, man. I guess it is what it is when you play a female character having to rescue a male character. Not that I see that too often.
I guess.
Oh, there is Super Princess Peach! Oh, dear.
Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a female rescuing a male character, though.
Yeah, it can be a man rescuing a man.
Just be a male being attacked.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the same the other way around, too.
Just going with the general cliche tropes, that's all.
Yep.
Okay, and I don't want to talk any more about Other M, because that game angers me thinking about its cutscenes. So my fourth least favorite probably be Prime Hunters. While still fine on its own, it's definitely the weakest of the Prime games by far, and well, its awkwardness could definitely leave something to be desired, but multiplayer-wise it's actually pretty cool, and you actually get to play and encounter different hunters. Creates variety gameplay. It's actually kind of cool. Maybe that's something we'll get into down the line.
Which, that's honestly one aspect I was kind of hoping they brought back, was the actual other hunters.
Yeah.
But, except for maybe fan theories, if fan theories are to believe, except for like a small tease at the end of Prime 3.
Yes.
That's if fan theories are to be believed.
Yes. And I believe the creator of the series has confirmed that that's who that was supposed to be. So,
like, even so, like, it just sucks that it's a one and done thing, and
yeah,
it's like what? It's like I didn't know Nintendo, when it comes to the Metroid series, they were taking some notes from Game Freak.
Yeah, of course. God damn it!
Introduced something new for one game, and then just tossed it aside to never be spoken of again.
Yep. I mean, there's a possibility of it coming back. Who knows? Prime 4 could possibly get them all into it. It's possible, but yeah. That whole game was somewhat poor execution, but the ideas were really good. But, well, who knows? It would be nice to have more than just freaking Samus here running around the galaxy. That would be nice for a change. Besides,
yeah,
the Prime series is kind of its own sub-series in a way. It's pretty much everything between Metroids 1 and 2 is Prime.
I mean, hell, with Prime 3, like, they also introduced other bounty hunters as well, if I remember that correctly.
Yeah, they did have more bounty hunters than that, too. But, well, plot things happened. So...
Yeah, plot things happened, so, yeah, obviously we can't bring them back.
Uh-huh. Although if they could bring characters back in Other M, I'm sure they could find a way. Then again,
for science!
Then again, Other M and Fusion basically came up with excuses to bring characters back. Like, I'm pretty sure it's mostly determined that Super Metroid's the canonical end for Ridley. Because in Other M, basically its body is, well, an experiment went wrong and it kind of grew back into Ridley. And in Fusion, you saw its frozen dead corpse. It got reanimated. So yeah, okay, let's see. After Prime Hunters, that's where it gets hard, my least favorite Metroid games. Going from worst to best. Although, notice this lair! That means we're at a boss! It's Kraid, motherfucker! And he doesn't take up 5 screens. But yep. So these bosses, you pretty much just run up to them and either blast the shit out of them with missiles, screw attack them to death, or hit them with a shitload of wave beam shots.
War of attrition.
Yep, that's what these bosses are. Oh, I got 75 missiles for beating them. Cool, huh? Also, there's your power-up under the stage. God damn this game. And it's hard to slip in, too, because you need to be Morph Ball to actually get in that shit. Oh, this game's a bunch of fun. Well, there you go. You find the boss lair, beat the crap out of it using numerous methods, and then there you go. That's it. Now we can leave. And soon we're going to go through one of my least favorite rooms in the entire game. Again, but the worst way. Because the screw attack in this game, in case you didn't notice, is only an attack. It's not space jump. Space jump would be so much more useful, because you can jump infinitely. Instead, you have to climb up like an asshole. Destroying blocks that regenerate over time, and you have one thin line of them. This room sucks. You basically have to time your jumps with regenerating blocks so you don't fall, so you can keep climbing up out of this giant chasm. Don't you love it when game designers put you in a shitty situation like this? Oh, there are 2 lines! Oh, thank God! And yeah, I think you might not have been around when I was explaining some things that, well... You notice I have the wave beam, why don't enemies freeze anymore? That's how the beams work in this game! You get one, it overwrites the other! So, yep, you can't have ice and wave beam at the same time. You can only have one or the other. So
if I remember correctly, I think you do have a second one, at the very least, of the ice beam?
Yes.
That you can find?
Yes. That is basically what you do after you kill both the bosses. Or you can be one of the crazy people that decides to go through the game without using the wave beam at all and just rely on the missiles and screw attack, which is a method. But, you know, it clears out standard enemies a lot more easily just screw attacking your way through everything. So it's really preference. Besides, they still have things laid out like those enemies that are locked along the big chasms that you can freeze to use as platforms. So speedrunners would prefer to not get the wave beam, but if you're just playing the game to beat it, don't worry about that.
Right.
Oh yeah, I still have the speedrunning stuff to go over. Well, there's not too much of this game in that regard.
Right.
So that should actually be pretty easy to go over. I'll just say this now, though. I didn't get the best ending, quote-unquote.
Okay.
But you're not missing out too much. Anyway, let me think. Okay, what game do I put below Prime Hunters? That's the thing.
You mean above?
Above Prime Hunters, yeah, that's the thing. The rest of the 7 are really good. Let's see, what's left? Remakes of 1 and 2, 3, 4, and Primes 1 through 3. Ooh, yeah, all those games are really good in my eyes. Gotta think what's the worst of those. Maybe Prime 2. Well, the whole main line Prime series is excellent. There's a lot of things in Prime 2 that are awkward, like how do you like being in environments that hurt you a lot of the time, and you don't get immunity to those environments until endgame? Whee! Help me! I got nothing to climb on! So yeah, the environments in Prime 2 can kind of be a drag. Also, I don't know if you saw the playthrough me and Koji did for Prime 2.
I haven't watched it yet, yeah.
Fair enough. I'll just say this. There's one enemy that can make you hate Prime 2. Dark Pirate Commando. Basically, you go to a room, oh, the door's locked. Oh, these super strong assholes are here. I can't get out of this room till either they go away or I kill them. They drag the pace.
If I remember hearing correctly, I'm pretty sure there's one boss in particular that is infamous from that game.
Particularly the GameCube version, yes. That would probably be Boost Guardian.
Yep. That's the one.
The boss that was so hard that the developers themselves had trouble beating it in the original GameCube port. Which is why I'm thankful the fricking Wii Prime Trilogy version downgraded him heavily. Because that boss is just brutally... Okay, door through a wall. Interesting. That's why I'm glad they made them much easier. And supposedly the Spider Guardian as well, but... Well... I still have my famous moment from my Prime 2 Let's Play. Oh, the Spider Guardian's so hard! Check this out! I beat him without taking any fucking damage! What now, Scrubs? I do like a lot of the things, especially the boss in Prime 2, but yeah, the environments and, well, a couple boss fights just be a drag sometimes. Then again, even the worst of those Metroid games are still good. Okay, let me think. What's next? Ooh, Koji would probably hate me for saying this one. Actually, no, before that. Metroid Samus Returns. Metroid 2 Remake. And no, it's not because of AM2R being canned by Nintendo. Not a petty reason like that. But, you know, it was fun and cool and modernized the game in an official release, and it was interesting, but Metroid 2 as a whole is definitely an oddball. Instead of, like, having a set goal for killing all these bosses, it's you have to hunt the entire land to find these enemies and kill them. Sometimes it's a little easy to get lost. And, well, the game's kind of slow to start, because you start off with an ability that lets you climb walls. So you're digging through lands a lot of the game. Kind of a pain. Let's see. 5th would then be... Yeah, number 5. Now Koji would hate me for this opinion. Metroid Zero Mission, the Metroid 1 remake. I have to replay it again. I have to replay it again to get a better opinion of it, but... Well, I know my first time through it, I wasn't a big fan of how it worked. But all I can say is, well, there's a lot of Metroid 1 in it. I honestly wasn't a big fan of the ending segment they had. I guess that's kind of what it was. But again, I have to replay it, maybe get a better opinion. But right now, it sits 5th for me. The top 4, let's see. Will probably be Metroid Fusion following that, Metroid 4. And where the chronology of the Metroid series currently ends. Oh, funny enough, the people that did the Metroid Samus Returns game, the Metroid 2 remake, they originally wanted to
remake Fusion, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but Nintendo told them to do 2 instead. Which, you know, in all fairness, was probably the better move. Because 2 was more obscure, and, well... That's the problem with trying to remake Fusion and Super Metroid. They're both really good as they are. Like, how much more can you improve them by remaking them?
Right.
Well, at least to some people. But yeah, Fusion's interesting. I will say, though, the horror elements in friggin' Fusion, dealing with evil Samus, as I'll basically call it, in case you don't want spoilers. Woo, it's terrifying! It is terrifying. Then 3rd for me would probably be Prime 3. The story can sometimes get in the way of an otherwise very fun Metroid game. And that's Koji's favorite Prime game, so I can't doubt him for that.
Right.
My 2nd favorite would be Super Metroid. Well, if you know Metroid at all, you probably know enough about Super to understand why people love it.
Yep.
Well, I have finally learned to speedrun that game, so I did get the best ending.
Okay, then.
And I learned the frickin' warp beam glitch, as they call it. You basically fire a glitch beam in an area, and then you go back to your ship, and the game restarts with all your power-ups on you. It's like other previous bosses with all his powers. It's like, I'm Kraid, good luck beating me. Wait, is that a plasma beam? Oh, let's chill out here, okay. Kill him in 2 shots. And my favorite is Prime 1, just because first 3D Metroid game was very accessible and fun. It definitely got the feel of a 3D Metroid game right, from the first go, if you ask me. And it's probably the best one I would say to play first, other than maybe Zero Mission, I guess.
Okay, then.
But yeah, that's my whole Metroid list, so there you go. Write your own down if you want. Super Metroid's my least favorite. Alright. Alright, well, let's end this episode here. We took care of Kraid, and next we'll be dealing with the other big one. So, see you guys next time when we enter his lair in the Norfair Depths. See you then.